What's going on, folks? It's Cam Hilliard from Miller's RV in Baton Rouge, and today I want to show you Winnebago Solis 59PX. So guys, what I'm standing in front of is the 2025 Solis. This is going to be outfitted with the pop top and the air condition. This is an awesome floor plan. It's really something that's kind of modern with a touch of classic, kind of like the old Volkswagen, what they call it, Van Monster, something. The Volkswagen with the 10, I know you guys know it. This is has its roots touched to that, but it's kind of like a fresh take on it that I absolutely love. So we're actually gonna get started on the Ram side of it, some new things that they've done with the 2025 chassis. All right guys, so we're at the front of the Ram now. The front of this ProMaster may look similar to it has the last couple years, but there have been some differences. So if you've been following the B-Van segment, especially the ProMaster segment, over the last 3 or 4 years, the chassis has changed a lot. It went from looking just like a basic, terrible looking delivery van to something that's really sleek and really pretty. So first they upgraded the interior, but the exterior stayed the same. Then they upgraded the exterior. They upgraded the grille and the headlights. Now, I literally just found this as we were walking out here. They've also upgraded the headlights again. So these are totally different. The shape looks the same, but watch this. So now you have integrated turning signals into the bulbs, which is just so sick. I've actually got some bulbs on my Jeep that are like this. So I just love that look. It's really sleek. Also, it's safe. It's very visible. Like a knucklehead would not be able to see that. Everyone else can see that you're trying to turn. Also, it's gonna be standard on all the Winnebago ProMaster chassis, except for maybe like your Solis Pocket. I'm not sure if that one will, but all your full size, like your Travados and your Solis 59PX are now gonna have 360 cameras, which are great. If you see the Bobos on this front window, don't worry, we already know we've got another one ordered. On the way down from the factory, the driver unfortunately caught actually 2 rocks, which this one looks like it hit pretty hard. So don't worry, we noted. It's not like a wrecked vehicle. We know about that. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys these headlights. I really, really like them. So now I want to jump down the side, show you the absolute beast of a side step that Winnebago's been putting on all their vans. All right guys, so on these new chassis, there are a couple things that we'll notice as well, aside from the side step. That's been standard on Winnebago. It's kind of their trademark thing for a while now. But you also have these new wheels. This has kind of been with the Ram ProMaster chassis for a couple of years as well. Is now they're not going to be the ugly little hubcaps that were on there for a while. They're sleek, they're automotive, they look really, really good. Here you can kind of look, you can kind of see that's one of your 360 cams there, and then you see all the sensors along the van now that weren't there on previous year models. I also touched on the steps. I mean, look at this thing, guys. This is just solid. I love that you have dog ties on either side too. You can attach the leashes to, and then I love that you have like the Winnebago grip tape here with all the flying W's on it. Just really sleek. I love the Winnebago brand. You guys know this. That's what I grew up camping in, so I just love to see it. You also are gonna have controls. I don't know what's the verbiage for this, like what you call it, but like you have on a lot of cars now, where you just hit a button. If you have the key in your pocket, it locks everything or unlocks it. You have that on not just your driver's door, but also the passenger door and the van door. If I'm not mistaken, on the previous models of this, once they started adding that, you only had it on the driver's door. So it's nice to see that. It just makes it where everything is very convenient at the touch of your fingers. So when the van door opens here, you're gonna have the Rolliff screen here, which is magnetic. And actually, this is a new style magnet. I wonder if this one closes even better than in previous years. Yeah, so now the magnets used to be one next to the other. Now it's one in front of the other, so it kind of just like slides right in. That actually closes a lot better than it ever has. That is really, really nice. So also, inside, you've got your refrigerator here. I'm gonna roll this up so I guess you guys can see, and I can show you how easy it is to roll up. But yeah, that is actually, the change in magnet is actually really sick, because normally you'd have to adjust them a little bit or close them just right to get it to close properly, but that was absolutely no problem. So I'm gonna roll this up, snap it here, and this is perfect so you can see the refrigerator. So the refrigerator on the Solis, if you've seen any of the other Solis videos, or even the Revel has this as well, where your refrigerator is able to be accessed from inside or outside. Oh, funny. They used to have like a little spot on the fridges where you could put like eggs, which I thought was kind of goofy. This is a lot more usable to me. But yeah, easy access from inside or outside. And then you've got some switches here that control your exterior lights as well. So we're gonna fling around to the curbside to show you guys one of the things that kind of makes us more of a off-road targeted vehicle. All right guys, so down curbside of the van now, you can see this is the bright silver color. I like this color a lot. It's kind of basic, but kind of simple. It goes with the rims really, really well. So all in all, it's just a clean look. If you've done a lot of research into like your off-grid type of vans, you've probably seen the cassette toilet quite a lot. So you're gonna have a 5.5 gallon cassette toilet, which works as your black tank here. Really, really easy to dump, nice and easy to tote. You wanna pull your little poop suitcase into the gas station and dump it in there, absolutely be my guest. It makes it where it's a lot easier so you don't have to worry about dumping at a dump station every time, so accessibility is great. Underneath, you're gonna have your gray tank and your gray water dump there. Really simple to access, not really a whole lot to that. This is just gonna be a vent for your Truma system, which we can touch on a little bit inside. Engine exhaust there, and then generator exhaust here, and then one of my favorite things that the Solis has, it has a built-in compartment for your sewer hose. So you can just store it right in there. You don't have to worry about putting it inside, taking up any storage there. It's really just a great system. So you might be able to see this pop top on the top. I'm really excited to show you guys that. The Solis, yes, has had this for a while, but they've changed it this year, and I really, really like the changes. All right, guys, so we're inside the Solis now. I mentioned this is totally different. The overlay on this is like kind of like woven material. It looks very similar to them. It might be the exact same that they use on the floor of the Echoes. It's a really good looking, it's honestly just cool. And then also the new straps here. So one, they're way more sturdy than they used to be. They used to just be like handles. This is actually made of paracord, which I love. Like I've got paracord handles in my Jeep. It's great because if you ever need to like break it down and use some string or rope, you can. So I absolutely love that. These latches are totally redesigned. And some of the reason to my explanation was that there was some latch failure on some of the older Solis models with the pop top. So this looks just way more sturdy. So I guess they're trying to eliminate that altogether. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this bad boy up. Let's see here. All right, guys, here we go. Oops. Oh, actually there's double, so this is new too. So there's two like seatbelt latches as well. So there's one on either side. So you have double security. So they do not want you to rip this off, guys, and they want to make sure it does not fly up on you. And if that's pulling that tighter too, then that probably limits, you know, any like water or anything that could come into it. All right, guys, here we go. There we go. Nice. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop up there and give you the point of view from up top. All right, guys, this is also a new ladder. To tell you the truth, it looks way heavier. It's gotta be aluminum, but it's actually way lighter and it feels way stronger than what the little two squeezed together ladder used to be. So I'm gonna snap that in like this. Hook up right hither. Okay, I'm in. All right, guys, so to either side, the windows now are just like regular tint windows. They're both screens, even the one in the front is a screen. If you remember, the older Solis had a screen on one side, a screen on the front, and then one side was like a clear, like I guess plastic material maybe. But because of that, you couldn't get as good of a cross breeze. This is fantastic. It's just like a traditional tint up here. Really, really comfortable, and also great visibility as well. Like I mentioned earlier, I think I did. It's a beautiful day here. It's only about 65, 70 degrees, and this cross breeze is nice. Yeah, guys, I'm really impressed with the way they've redone this bed. This is great. And underneath, it doesn't have like it just has like a little pad there. But I laid on that mattress, not too bad. Yeah, you've got 12 volt plugs here, cigarette lighter plug as well, and then this light up front. And you've also got a fan up top that can kind of give you a little bit more air movement as well. This is sweet, guys. All right, guys, so walking in now, again, beautiful day. Let the breeze come in really nice. I noticed this a second ago. So this is totally new as well. It says these are support bars. To be honest, I don't see where to attach them. I know there's gotta be somewhere, but it says use support bars when there's a possibility of inclement weather or a snow load. That is really sick. They used to not have that. So I guess it's to keep you from damaging things and still be able, like if you go out and with your family of 4 or even 5, if somebody's using the Luno bed up front and the weather gets bad, I mean, you don't want to go home. So I guess that's a great way to avoid that and keep your trip rolling. So right when you walk in, I mentioned fridge is here. Little extendo countertop here. It's a little extra countertop space. This is actually one of my favorite features in the Solis. It seems small, but it's so useful. I wish they would carry this over to some of the other products. You have a table, but you've got built-in storage for the table here. That table will mount right in front of the 2 seats here. But on a lot of the other products, even like the Revel, I want to say even the Echo doesn't have storage for the table behind that. But it's just so convenient because you don't have to worry about like putting the table in your pizza oven or taking up space for it elsewhere. It just goes right behind there. No harm, no foul. Nobody even notices it's there. So yeah, kitchen to the left. You're gonna have 2 burners here with an electric striker, great, so you don't have to bring a little candlestick lighter with you. Sink here, really deep sink. You don't have the pull down faucet for the sink, but still a huge sink. You're gonna have your Eco Hot system here, which is great. That's where you, I think I've explained this a couple times before, but it's where you basically, instead of having to turn on your water and waiting for it to get hot at the tap, wasting all that water, you can instead turn that to preheat for 60 seconds. It pumps the cold water out of the lines and gets the hot water right there at the tap. So as soon as you want your hot water, you get it. So that's a nice little feature to have. And then what I love is like almost like a live well for your freshwater tank. So the freshwater tank is inside of the van on this, so it's going to keep you from, having trouble in freezing conditions. Now with that being said, you still do have 12-volt tank heaters, but that actually is like a lit live time view into your water level. So I just absolutely love that. Like I don't have to worry about like, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Like I can literally get a real lifetime look at how much water I have. So I know exactly where I stand as far as that goes. You also have storage underneath here. So this is a good storage. It's not the deepest cabinet since you have the water tank behind it, but it's still really good storage. And then above that, great for silverware and stuff here. Up top, so the Winnebago changed this about a year ago, where you no longer have the magnets that go to the roof, which that was kind of a cool design. But once they realized it and they had a lot of like actual like field use with it, it didn't really work that well because you would be like yanking down on the ceiling and it would just cause some damage to the ceiling if you pulled it too hard. Whereas this has actual arms here that open and close it, so you don't have to worry about tacking it to the ceiling. So I actually really like that a lot. And then also this is gonna be a new material. I can't remember what they told me it was at open house, but a new material on your cabinets. So if you saw some of the Solis, if you have one, I hate it. We apologize, it wasn't us, but we apologize on behalf of Winnebago for it, where the cabinets peeled, like the fabric, or not fabric, like the wallpaper kind of on the outside of it peeled. These are not going to do that, so that's a big upgrade. I know a lot of places in the South and where it's really humid had that issue. I know we certainly did. So I'm glad to see that they changed that. To my right, we're gonna have our wet bath here. So this is similar style doors to what you have in your Revel, where it just folds together like this. I've seen some folks change this and do doors that open this way. Pretty easy to change if you want to. But you're gonna have your wet bath in here. It's actually pretty spacious. It actually is a very similar mold to what you have in the Revel. So if you wanted to get like some little bamboo storage boards to go inside and turn this into more storage, it'd actually be really easy to do it. We also have a control area here, which we'll flip around in a second, show you the control area, show you the seats here also before we jump into the bedroom. All right guys, to the left here, we're gonna have all our control panels. What I love about the Solis is everything, for the most part, other than your AC, which is controlling the AC itself, pretty much everything is controlled from right here. So it's really, really simple. We'll start here with your Truma panel. This is gonna control your furnace and your water heater, as well as like your fan speed for the furnace and then a couple other settings here. I actually did a video on that showed you how to use this Truma panel, because out of everything on this, that can be the most intimidating. So we'll link that for you guys, because I think that's a great video and a great resource to have if you're ever out and you need it. To the right of that, you're gonna have water pump switch here. You're gonna have a gauge for your propane level, your battery, your gray water, and then also your generator start here. So this does have the 2800i Onan quiet generator. So it's one of the quieter generators, one where you can run in the national parks during quiet hours. So fire it up right now. We're just gonna hold stop and prime it, and then we can fire that bad boy up. And that's it. I mean, you probably can't even hear it. It's running right now. It's super quiet. But with that, we can run our air condition and all that good stuff too. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off. Below that, you're gonna have your LP valve. So you have a master shut off on the tank itself where you can shut off your propane. Typically what I'll do, I'll leave that switch on and then I'll toggle back and forth on this switch as I need the propane. Solar controller here. You don't really have to mess too much with that. I wanna say you have 190 watts of solar up top of this. Fact check me on that, I think that's right. But yeah, this is basically just monitoring panel. And then to the left, you're gonna have 12 volt tank heaters, as I mentioned a minute ago. Below that, that's just your temperature sensor for your Truma. You don't have to mess with that, but try not to smash it if you can help it. To the left of that, you have huge storage here, as far as vans go. So big storage compartment there. And then back behind me, I didn't mention this earlier, but you have, I talked about the arms, but I didn't talk about the actual storage of this. So I like that the storage in the Solis is like carpet lined. I don't know, it's just sleek. It makes it where I feel like stuff isn't gonna be banging against the walls. Like it's gonna make it a little bit quieter going down the road because it's gonna hit the carpet and have some absorption. Yeah, all in all, I like that a lot. So I'm gonna scoot back now a little bit more so you guys can see the bedroom. We'll fold it up and down so you can kind of look how it looks at all times. All right guys, so we're in the back of the Solis now. Since this is the PX, you have the extended version. So this is 21 feet long. So you have the extended area back here where you've got a little extra standing room, so it makes it easy to fold the bed down, and then of course a little extra storage. So for storage, like tying things down, you have 8 D-rings total, so 4 on each side, where you can tie things down to bikes, or really, I mean, you can get really creative with what you can put here. You're gonna have your hookup for your water down here, Nautilus panel, so you can do a lot of different things with that, and it's got all the instructions on the panel itself. So one of my favorite little storage areas is gonna be this down here. I just feel like this is like a you know, overpacker, like a prepper's dream. Just you can have like all your like emergency supplies down here is the way I picture it. I think is really nice. And there's a little divider between them too, so things aren't gonna slide in between. To the right, you've got open cubbies here with the mesh nets to keep things from sliding. And then to the left, this is gonna be a storage compartment right above your wheel well. There's a little box of some goodies that come from Winnebago, and then also your jacks down there as well. So to fold actually before we do that, so you actually have a built-in little table here, kind of like a little workstation. This folds down real nice and easy. Sorry, I smacked that a little bit too firm. But yeah, this is great. You can pull up a chair to this and you have a little workstation. Or if you wanted to, you can actually completely remove this thing, leave it at home, and no harm, no foul. So with the bed itself, it's very simple to fold down. It's gonna have one of these little slide pulls. You're gonna pull it here, come down, and then we're gonna fold this right over, and there we go. So if you notice on the outside, I don't know if you could really tell, but there's a little bit of a cutout on either side of the van. Actually on the Solis, I'm mistaken, I'm sorry. You can't actually see it from the outside, but on the inside, you can see the cutouts here, which add to the headroom. It makes it really comfortable whether you're like around 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", you can be more comfortable since they do have the extra cutout space. And then you have storage on either side of this, which is nice too. So this fold up storage here, again, no magnets, so I don't have to contact the ceiling with that. And then this storage here is really nice size as well. And we've got our outdoor shower curtain and our window shades in there right now. So above me is the air conditioner. This is Coleman Mach. I believe I mentioned that the control for it is just right here. So we don't have the generator going, so we don't have AC, but all I do is turn it simple like that and control your temperature with this knob here. When you fold up the bed, some people will try to fold it up like this. It doesn't really fold up that well. A little pro tip for you, just fold this like that, fold it one more time, and there you go, nice and easy like that. So all your windows, you can see it probably on these rear windows, all the windows have just zip up blackout shades, which are really convenient. Like we just had to open it. It was kind of dark in here. And then also I mentioned if you had to sleep 5, you could. This does have the Luno bed option. So this is the inflatable bed that goes across the 2 front seats. So if you wanted to, you have two up top and then a 5th across the 2 front seats. So I want to flip around and show you guys the cab area. There's a couple things I really like about it, and there's one that is a little interesting to me, but we got a fix for it. All right guys, so we're in the cab area now. What I like, and they've done this the last couple years on the Solis, they have leather seats here, so it's not like the cloth seats like it used to be. The cloths just look cheap, and they just, you know, they're a lot easier to stain. The leather looks good and it's very comfortable also. So I'm gonna turn our battery on here. So actually the interface on the Ram is one of my favorites. It's just very, very intuitive, and also I just like the way it looks. I also like the fact, like, this is a small thing. I guess it only does it at some gas stations, but like when you're driving, I guess at a more like off the interstate or something. I've been driving before and it'll actually show you, maybe the setting's not turned on this one, but it actually will show you gas prices on here, which is just like, it's one of the small things, but it's like really convenient. Like if I'm driving and I see a gas station to my right and left and this one's 15 cents cheaper, then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to that one. You've got wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto on this. You have the GPS on this comes standard. I don't think there's ever a point where you have to pay that. I think it's built in all the time. You've got Alexa built in as well if you use that. Also, with the upgraded chassis, so I mentioned the 360 cam, you're also gonna have adaptive cruise on this now, and from my knowledge, this is gonna be standard on all your full-size ProMaster chassis from Winnebago from here on out. One thing that I find is very interesting, although you have all these, you know, 360 camera, adaptive cruise, all that awesome stuff, blind spot mirrors, you don't have a digital rear view mirror on this. And I really don't understand why. This could be like a one-off, maybe stock was low or something when they sent it. I'm really not 100% sure. We can definitely add a digital rear view mirror for you after. I'm honestly more confused than anything else, just because like the Solis was the first thing I ever saw with the digital mirror. And this doesn't have it, so I don't know. You got your pizza oven storage up here that I mentioned. That's like some of the best storage in any of your ProMasters. Yeah, but all in all, I really like what they've changed on the pop top of this. I like the look of it. I like the feel. The latches seem way better. It seems more secure. And honestly, I'm even seeing from here, there's a lot of warnings on it. So like stickers that are instructions so you don't screw it up, which is great. I like instructions. They make it a lot easier. Yeah, all in all, guys, I really like this 59PX. The pop top just adds so much value, being able to sleep 4 and then a 5th here on the van this size is just really, really great. I encourage you guys to come out and drive it, come see it in person. And also for all you folks who are not yet subscribed, we know 90% of you, a little bit more than that, who watch our videos are not subscribed, guys. We really appreciate the subscription. We appreciate word of mouth. Share us, send it to your friends. If there's any requests that you'd like, any videos, or any different style of videos, we'd love to do it, guys. We like to experiment. We'd love to help you, and we love to be a trusted voice in the industry. So we appreciate you guys stopping by. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and come see us next time. And as always, enjoy the journey.